Good morning. It's about 20 after 9 on Tuesday, the 9th of April, 2019. This is E from MarketWizards.com and eMiniWizard.com, reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose. All right, we're going to take a look at a couple of things. Let's start with a little bit bigger look. Let's start with our two-day look. We had a marginal high. It said last night this looked like a double top. Said that probably the battlefield was a 95 to 2900. And obviously, if we had a breakout, our target's just above at 02. So it's still our resistance target. And I'd suggest we'll probably wake up and in the morning we'll probably see that 02 to 05. But when you wake up and you see that it's still here, it's still not, has not hit those targets. You thought they were just, remember the game they've been playing, just goose it overnight, make it chase. Well, last night they didn't. So, that is what we call the hound of the Baskervilles. The trade that you're thinking was going to happen doesn't. So you have to go back to plan B, which is if we don't take that out, then we can come back in towards our magnet, which is 90. Identified the squeeze pivot last night, right? And yesterday, for that matter, is 87.5 area. Very important support. And so if one plan gets negated by the move, and you could feel that this morning when I said 97, 95 battle, you could just see it start. And then you start to get the continuation, and the target is actually 89.5 if you do your measure on the breakdown. And my suggestion was make sure you are paid by 88 or by 9:15. So this is coming back, and we're still using this reference. Obviously, the red circle up here, ellipse, is resistance. This is our fighting box. And this big green box right here is our support box. And so the little breakout that we had yesterday gets retested and then fails and comes back. And now we're still relying on this bigger breakout to be supportive. So that's the way I'm looking at this. And this is obviously, for now, an inside day, minor break up here, and coming back to test support. So typically, if you have an idea, your intuition says, oh, they're going to play the same game, and it doesn't work. You already have plan B. You already know, well, there are two other choices. One is do nothing in terms of the market, just kind of chops. Or the other is we break down and then we're looking for the supports. So in this case, because we took out 1, 2, 3, a third time through trade, and we're coming back to try to test the supports. That's the way I'm looking at this. And we started with the 10 and the 15 and going back to a very sloppy 30, really. Here's your 15-minute chart, which is our norm. So you want to see the rain line tagged. And then here's our 30. So I'm going to keep an eye on this today, obviously. Yesterday it worked for support. Here's your double top, just a tad over the top. And back in, the bounce, failure. And at that time we had said, okay, 98 resistance. Here we are. And here's our 5 RTH. And I suggested that 88 is the rain line. And this will be the third time back here. So you can start to chew it once you get into that idea. So Sean had posted that he was still a little confused about the squeeze pivots. And I said, well, let's use 2 of them for now. because they're the ones that make the most sense. I said this low is one of them, right? That's one squeeze pivot. And then I said yesterday's low we're going to use for another until that's broken. So those were the two squeeze pivots that I identified I thought were important. And obviously we can wash those out and then bounce again. So much more neutral, defending the double top and then coming back into the range and exploring yesterday's range. So we're going to keep an eye on this chart, obviously, and this 94 to 95, all important now, because that's our slope line. Predictive model. Here's our flipper right here. Resistance held, fighting box, got through it. So now we're back here into this green support box. And theoretically, just move them down one now to think of this as a sliding scale, because this is now our fighting box and this is now our resistance box. And a reminder, we do have a gap down here at 83 that missed by a point. That's your third time through. So that should trigger. Once you see that, then you know that the 92, you got to beat that, the 92 to 91 zone. But once you get through it, then we know that we're exploring this box. Paid for sure, I said, by 915 or by 88. Anybody that's held trailers, timing type trade, make sure you are paid. And the target I was thinking of was test that 88, 87 and a half. And this battle was won right here by the shorts. Paid for sure if you've got that 88. Going to be opening up in a couple of minutes. Let's take a look at one or two more charts. Thank you, Zeke. Okay, and this is our monthly model. I'll adjust this for a tick. coming back in. This is our fighting zone. That was our resistance zone. This is our normal fighting zone. And then the support zone down here. And so far, this is a double top. We're coming back. We're testing for support. Don't know where it is yet, but that's what we're doing, obviously. And this is going to be an important idea also if we break below here, a point or two. You got to take this guy out first. That's the controlling low right there. That breaks, and the next one is available. Remember last night I posted if is a big word. I said two-letter word, but big word. Said if we're not up here, then we could come back, test the 88s. If we bust this, then we've got the 82 to 78 still. Let's go back and review those notes. Always have a plan A and a plan B, because we never know which way it's going to break. We just want to be ready for it no matter what direction it's going. We want to understand our supports and our next supports and our next supports and our next supports, because anything's possible in the market. Third time through trade I posted for you yesterday and posting it again today. This one broke. So that's the third time through trade. These are powerful ideas. The idea is one is a double and then it breaks for the third time through. So right now we're still inside the 2-day range. Zeke, thank you for your posts. And if you have had a good swing already, make sure you are paid. And make sure you're paid by the 88s or by 915. Those are conservative ideas. You can always hold a trailer, but you want to make sure something is off the table. All right, at this open, usually the first minute or two, you want to just be sidelined, let the market establish itself. Some traders teach the opening print game. I like to take note of it. I don't give it so much weight. You've got to use that idea in context with everything else. Nothing stands alone by itself. Nothing. Has to be put into context. Big ideas coming into the 85 to 82 range. And we are testing yesterday's lows. All right, play well. We'll get another video going in a minute. Anybody that is short side, strictly a trailer. Anybody jumps in here, very dangerous. You can jump in the market anytime you want, as long as you're disciplined and you take your stop when you're wrong. We're testing yesterday's lows right now. And usually within a point, either side of that low, you need to be paid, especially on any new lows. Just like last night, the new high, got to get paid, and then you see what happens. Don't chase. Anybody chasing here, short side, tough trade. Even if you make that trade work, I don't advise it because you're teaching yourself bad habits. The breakdown was back here at that 93 to 92.